I didn't think he was gonna make it there this morning. We seen the video the other day with you on the private jet having a problem with the pilot. So what happened? But you did make it. So what happened? Did y'all solve that problem, or y'all had to get another pilot?
We for sure had to get another pilot.
Did Drake send the plane like he said?
He was about to. I was finna use it. I said, I already fine. I ain't gonna use the card yet, bro. But he did reach out like a player. He like, bro, anything y'all need, you know, I'm sent. Travis reached out too. Like, bro, you know, you can get my plane. I got some real rich friends. I got some real rich friends, you know.
I be in the airport, like, my flight got canceled. I got to find another airline.
Luda called me one time. Luda called me. He was like, you need my plane. One time he called me, but other than that, I ain't got no friends like that.
But you know why I respect that? Because all of y'all gonna need each other at some point. They might want you for a feature. Right. You know what I mean? Might want you to come out to a show, something, and you'll remember that.
And at this time, like, we done kind of just built relationship, like, through, like, just being in the game, like, there's different artists. It's like, now it's like, I know I rock with you, or we don't really rock, because we done kind of like been established and getting ourselves established in the years, and just, you know, just mingling and mixing around. So you kind of got a feel of like who and what, you know what I'm saying? So I got a few good real friends that I met in the industry.
So the pilot was racist?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
What did he say? He said y'all did something though. What was he trying to accuse y'all of?
He couldn't really figure it out.
Probably weed.
The first thing was
ID.
So I got a friend, he didn't have his ID on him, but he had a picture and he had 2 credit cards. So we trying to use that. He like, no. First of all, when we pulled up to the plane, he outside the plane like this, IDs. I had never
outside the plane.
Outside the plane.
I never heard of that.
I never heard of that. So I'm like, that's different. We ain't really give you no hard time. 'Cause I got a show. You know, we ain't really trying to go back and forth. So everybody show ID. He don't got an ID, but he let him like take his stuff on the plane because we like he finna find it. So once he don't find it, my buddy don't even give him no hard time. He gonna get off the plane. Now the flight attendant, she's like, well, we gotta go ahead and get in the air. I'm like, man, we done been sitting here. I'm hungry now. I want to eat. She's like, no, we're gonna eat in the air. No, don't nobody move. I want to eat.
Ain't y'all paying him?
And I pay for the food.
Paying a lot too, by the way.
And this ain't $1,000
Yeah, paying a lot.
Yeah.
Once again, but it's still just we talking about food. Ain't nobody gonna get disrespectful. Like we players, we pee now. We ain't really trying to just really give you no hard time. So now I'm like, man, I still own. Before he take off, bring the food. She come back. She like, well, we didn't get the food. We thought the food that y'all ordered, the place was closed. I'm like, no, they ain't, but whatever. Go ahead, just take it back. Man,
I didn't mean to cut you off. I got to know what y'all rich niggas be eating. What you was eating?
Finger licking. I was just in Miami.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm trying to go finger licking.
All right, okay.
I'm looking for where the finger licking wings at.
All right.
Man, they talking about they ain't made it and got none. Now the pilot talking about, man, someone done disrespected my colleagues. I'm like, who? Man, everybody got off the plane.
What?
Man, no. Felt like Rosa Parks. No. I ain't moving. Stayed on there till the police came. They couldn't really even get us off the plane because he didn't have a real reason. We like, well, what he said? Well, he said, I don't know. Talk to her. I'm like, man, what? We like, now I'm like, man, who disrespected you? She like, I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it.
What?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about nothing. Well, let's talk about the $40,000 for the plane. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, repay me back and we could try it again another time. No money. No. I can't. That don't work. We ain't even lift off we ain't took off yet. Do not take that money. Had to just like really raise and give them a problem, but they ended up giving us the money back. That's all that really matters.
So they get y'all the money back?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's not like all the way, like they don't always do that.
They had to get another jet, another pilot,
right,
to get you here on time.
Right. But when we was waiting, cause the dude kept saying, "All right, y'all ain't gonna get off. All right, 2 more minutes." I'm like, 2 more minutes. He telling me, well, 2 more minutes. I'm like, well, 2 more minutes. You say something that I ain't gonna say. Like, we waiting, but right there while we waiting, we called the other managers. Like, man, y'all look for another plane. Go through a different broker.
So do y'all complain to customer service? Is there customer service for these things?
It's like you go through a broker.
Yeah, okay.
So you complain to the broker because, you know, we don't, every time you don't know like who on the plane or who the pilot gonna be. So it's like, when we went through it, and that company, Paradise, whatever, like they just wasn't a good company. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So they get 1-star Uber rating, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Did it make you want to say, you know what? I want to buy my own plane, so I ain't got to deal with this no more.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Even Snoop Dogg reached out to Thug and was like, nephew, come holler at me. I got another way. You need to go ahead and buy your plane, but we can work it out. Just go a different route with different brokers and just lock in with like certain pilots, you know?